Part 2 of a video is people reaching out to us on Instagram this time. Again, thankfully we have a large following. People really trust us on giving honest and neutral advice on qualifications like ACCA. So, with that said, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to answer a few of your questions. We don't have the names of the people who asked, so if you know it's yours, please leave it in the comment that we landed up answering your question. Question number 1. Can I use my ACCA affiliation to get an early Canadian CPA? Till 2019, ACCA and the Canadian CPA body had an MOU where you complete your ACCA. We actually have our faculty members who've now gone to Canada on the Canadian CPA and are either working or teaching in Canada because of that MOU. Now the MOU is expired. At least a few months back, I was aware that ACCA is working on an additional or rather a new MOU. So with that said, yes, if you're studying your ACCA currently, I think by the time you complete, there will be another MOU where you can get a Canadian CPA. In that case, you don't have to give any Canadian CPA exam except for the local tax and law exam. So it's very simple. You give one exam, you become a Canadian CPA. You have ACCA, which is a global CA, and a Canadian CPA, which is the Canada CA qualification. For most of y'all will be able to actually utilize it by the time you complete the ACCA qualification. Question 2. Is it easy to get a job after ACCA? Staying in India, I think everybody just wants to know about the job. I'm going to keep answering this because it needs to get through I need to get through your hesitation. Answer is yes. Like literally, I was having a conversation with a placement team, which is literally 15-20 minutes before I started shooting this video. They're telling me how many new companies are being onboarded, how many new students are being placed, and the students are being placed right at the time they complete a certain level. They complete their ACCA as freshers. They have no experience. They have experience. They're a CA coming into ACCA. They want to work in Bombay. They want to work in Delhi. They want to work in Bangalore. They want to go overseas. There is literally opportunities everywhere. Yes, it's not going to be a cakewalk, but then that's what you're actually struggling for. Because if you cross that barricade, the rest of your life, you're only going to be judged on your performance. It's only the first job that requires you to actually search hard, hope that your CV and your qualification gets you through the door. So you might have to search for a little more. But that being said, there is no discrepancy when it comes to the pay package. There's no discrepancy when it comes to the work that you do, team with your clients. So put in that effort, find the right kind of job. Don't expect, I know some students are quite unfortunately entitled. They want everything on a platter. It doesn't work like that, and that would matter even if you're an IIM or a chartered accountant with a rank. It's not always easy to get the first job that you want, so keep working hard for it. Prepare, study before these interviews, so for the kind of role you're looking for, you will get the job, and as long as you get that, the rest of it is then dependent on your work. All right, next one. What type of questions are asked at ACCA skill and knowledge level? I don't know what this exactly means. The questions are, of course, to do with the entire curriculum and the syllabus of the subject. But I think if you're asking for the paper pattern, then the knowledge level exams are completely multiple choice questions. It's 100 marks. There are multiple choice questions. It's all computer based. You will land up giving it like a normal exam, and on the spot, for at least the knowledge level, you get to know whether you've cleared or not, because it's, like I said, it's completely multiple choice questions. For the skill level, it's a split. For most of the papers, it's a 60-40 split, where 60% is MCQs, 40% is subjective, which is again all computer based. Is CMA US plus ACCA a good option? Do not pre-plan 2-3 qualifications upfront. It's a superb combination if you've completed one qualification, you started working, and you realize that to get to a particular stage that you want, the other qualification is going to get you this. So for example, I've done ACCA. I enter into a company where management accounting is my primary focus area. Now, if I'm doing well over there, I realize that, to get a jump or to move up the ladder, I need a larger or a more in-depth qualification, and for that, US CMA is the best one. So yeah, if I do that, of course I'm going to get a boost. There is also a chance that if you complete 2 qualifications upfront and then you look for jobs in the market, they might give you a preference. But I would say that's not really a requirement. If you have 4 qualifications in your hand and I have 1, and we both go to an employer who's looking for that 1, which is common between us, we're both going to honestly get the same kind of, they're going to look at both of us in the same way. So don't stress on the good combination upfront, but if you're asking whether they have some form of complementary skill sets, then yes, ACCA's entire chartered accounting, which includes finance and accounts. CMA is more sort of niche and specialized into management accounting. So that combination is super powerful if you want to enter into a global market where management accounting is your focus area. Is ACC a good course to become an investment banker? I know a couple of guys who, one of our earlier students, Neil Merchant, I don't know if he'll ever watch this video. He's killing it right now in investment banking. He's just an ACCA and he's doing super. He had gotten a job in Deloitte and now he's into investment banking. Long time back, one of our faculty members was also an investment banker. But beyond that, investment banking is a different beast altogether. ACCA, you can get a little experience. And then if your networking is strong, you might get an opportunity into investment banking. So yeah, but otherwise, if your goal is investment banking, I would suggest do an MBA plus CFA. That's the real entry point into investment banking. Next is, how do you get an internship in a proper trading? I don't know what PROP means. I'm assuming it's proper trading firm after ACCA. Internships is a matter of your grit and your effort. Just be laser focused. Take a period of 3 months. Doesn't matter where you're in your ACCA, because you've asked for internship. When people are looking for interns, they don't care that much about the qualification. So ACCA ho ya CA ho ya CFA ho, if you're studying and you're looking for internship, the qualification is not going to matter as much. What you got to do is build your CV, write that you're studying something, and for 3 months, for example, go on every website, or whether it's Naukri, whether it's Internshala kind of websites, post everywhere and look specifically for trading firms. Talk to everybody around you and ask them if they know somebody in a trading firm. It's super simple to get an internship because A, you're expecting very low pay. So if I'm a trading firm proprietor, I don't care, as long as you know a little bit of basics of finance or accounts. You're asking for a little pay, you're going to work for me for 6 months, 1 year. I'm not going to look at, say that no, you're doing ACC, I don't want to. That's a very minor or minute universe of the people who will say no. Majority will say, yeah, come on board, perform for 3 months, 6 months. They might even actually offer you a larger job, and you'll be one of the first people who says that, okay, because of my ACC, I'm moving up the ladder in a trading firm. Which degrees do you rate more in terms of pay, a CMA or ACCA? Okay, if I'm going to take both of them as freshers, where both of them you've completed the qualifications and the work experience. If that's the case, ACCA is a slightly higher paying option because it's about chartered accounting overall, whereas CMA is a specialization. That being said, so there are going to be companies which will say, okay, I want an ACCA because it's larger, the skill sets of the candidate is slightly broader. And then there are going to be companies who say, oh, I want somebody who's specializing in these skills which are offered by ACCA and CMA both. In that case, the pay discrepancy is going to be nil. So guys, these are a few questions that were asked on Insta. I would recommend, if you all have more, please keep asking. Don't limit it to just ACCA or CMA or CFA for that matter. But that's where, of course, we specialize. With that said, please keep studying. Please keep on putting that kind of effort into figuring out the right course for you. We'll help you not only figure out the right choice of academic qualification, but also help you in placements if you all need any help. The market is just growing more and more. And if there is anything else that we can do for you, please leave it in the comments. Thank you.